You can pretty much see what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I've been cleaning up out here. Actually, I've got one tree that hasn't come down. I have to wait a little while, but got everything all vacuumed up, cut back for the winter. Everything pretty much cleaned up front here. Got a couple apple trees there. We still have some leaves on it, and maple down there. And let's go down to the garden and take one last look around. I'm starting to get that all mulched up now, and let's see what's left to do. Okay, down here by the garden, see I got the hops and all the little elderberries all cleaned up and starting to get the garden mulched. I'm putting between I'd say about 6 and 10 inches of leaves on the garden where I can. And see those couple of pear trees I put in this spring actually are doing real good. The deer have been chewing on them the last couple nights. And I do have a total mess in here I can't clean up yet. We've had so much rain over the last couple of weeks. There you can see the tracks where I got the golf cart stuck in the mud pretty good. Sunk right down in there. So, I mean, there's more tracks where I tried to get across the yard with it. So we've been dealing with some extremely heavy rain, and you know, just I've been out here whenever I can, but it really hasn't been dry enough to do anything, and so I still have somewhat of a mess to go. Right now I'm down over in the other corner, and I'm moving leaves. You can see I've had to dump. I couldn't get the cyclone rake in the garden to dump it because of the mud. Let's see, there's a spot where my tractor got stuck pretty good trying to pull the cyclone rake through here. So what I wound up doing is just dumping them all up in this dry spot up here. So I've got probably about 30 cubic yards of leaves, maybe a little bit more, piled up here now. I got to move to take in the garden and mulch. And the compost pile is getting full. These are all the old gourds and stuff I'm cleaning up, and you can see there's still hundreds of them down there in the garden waiting to be picked up. But next year there'll be, or probably 2 years, there'll be fertilizer. And these are the ones that were the mixed ones. They weren't from the plant. These were like the volunteer ones that came back. They weren't from the good seeds. Those pumpkins are down in the root cellar. And I do have some weeds growing in these beds. I'm getting ready to finish cleaning them up and mulch them over. And let's see, the strawberry beds I completely let get out of control. I have to really get in there and start thinning them. They're both, they've gone crazy the last couple of weeks. So, you know, hopefully next couple days I'll get this cleaned up, but I've been real busy the last couple of weeks just trying to play catch up out here, and the rain's really been slowing things down. And the same with the garden out here. I'm going to be mulching all these beds over with some of those leaves, so time to take the bees down and put them away. They did survive another season, so that's a good thing. And remember this down here that was full of firewood? Well, that's all been moved up to the house too, so we're, you know, ready for another winter. And with fuel oil skyrocketing and everything else, it's crazy. We just got propane, and what was it, $4.85 a gallon for propane. It's like crazy now. Can't believe how prices are going. Time to start doing some mulching here, and I find that this Rubbermaid bin, this plastic bin, is just about the right size to put a couple inches on each of the raised beds. So it's easiest for me to just fill this up and carry it over. And you can see that's a mixture of chopped up leaves and grass that I picked up with the cyclone rake. So this first bed here is the garlic, and got about 3 inches on there. When I get done here, get this spread out. And I always like to put a little mulch on top of the garlic, and then I'll take it off in the spring. But I decided this year I'm just going to do all the beds too, because I know the worms actually like leaf compost or mulch. So I'm just gonna, go through and take each of the beds, give them some mulch, and then I'll just turn it in the springtime. And hopefully, it'll help build the beds a little bit better, the soil in them. So that's just, another little thing I'm going to do, and I'm just going to go through and do them all. And there you can see I got the one side done there. It didn't take too long, and took down the bees. They're time to put them away for the winter, and I did get the round beds all finished up. So now I just have to start on the square beds next. So that's just another little one of those things that has to be done. Then we'll take a ride over to the other side here, and you can see this area is where all my maples are that I tap for the syrup. And that's quite a few leaves there usually to clean up. And the hill was real muddy and stuff. But, I did get it cleaned up, and I used the cyclone rake and got everything pretty much weed whacked and blown away from the tree bases. So a couple more leaves to come down, but you can see down at the bottom of the hill there, it's still totally flooded, and I can't get down there with my tractor. And then I got to start knocking down some old dead ash trees that got hit by the EAB. These things scare me, but there's going to be some of my firewood for next year. They're pretty much dry and ready to burn, but I really don't like taking them down because they're scary once they start coming down. But I've got a bunch there and a couple on the other side, and pretty much everything's cleaned up except for the last couple of straggling leaves that came down. And, you can see they're just about all down now. So winter's right around the corner. And then up by the property line on the other side, these are my high bush cranberry plants. I planted these about, 10 years ago. They were just little twigs I stuck in the ground. And they're really great treats for the birds. The birds like them, but I tried making jelly out of them once, and you just can't get these things sweet. There's no way you can eat them. And the kale is really loving these cold nights and, some frost. And there's some more of the wood that's stacked up on the side. And that's on the south side of the house with the sun hitting it all day pretty much. So this stuff is really dead dry. It's been drying a couple of years too. And parsley, that's still going strong. That likes the cold weather too. And a little more kale. There's some bok choy that's just coming back. And you can see the kale is just beautiful this time of the year. It starts getting the best flavor and really does good. All the bugs die off and everything else. So, and through the gate there, my fire bush is about done. The leaves are coming down on that. And, it's time to put everything to sleep. In another couple of weeks, probably be covered with snow back here. And this one maple is the last one to go. But see, I've still got that loaner Chevy truck. They've still got almost 8 weeks now, and they're still working on my truck. So I don't know when I'll ever get it back now. And up on the porch, I've got some wood stacked up there too, ready to go. We've been burning the wood stove for a couple weeks now in the morning. Just start up a quick fire in the morning, and I got a couple, got enough till the end of the year stacked up right there now. So, we're all ready for winter. So I just thought I'd show you. I'm just about done with the yard for the year and getting ready to move inside and get onto some projects. It's always something to do. Fall's a real busy time with all the cleanup here. And it does provide some really excellent kale. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.